What is good, Vibe Gang? It's your boy Ray here with another comedy reaction. My man Dave Chappelle completely destroys the cancel culture for 8 minutes straight. We're gonna get right into this one. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Dave Chappelle is my top #1 favorite comedian. That is a fact. That is a fact. Dave Chappelle is too real of a nigga not to be. That's his natural funniness. He's just naturally like that. That's my guy, man. Let's get this fucking beat. We gotta get to this shit. Dave Chappelle, my guy. Follow me on my Patreon. Go ahead, become a member. Go to Vibe's house real quick. Become a member. I got content going in there. I already got 2 videos up there. It's gonna be coming more. So go ahead, follow Patreon. Link's gonna be in the bottom. Let's go.
Hey, if you do anything wrong in your life, and I find out about it, I'm gonna try to take everything away from you. And I don't care when I find out. Could be today, tomorrow, 15, 20 years from now. If I find out, you're fucking finished. Who's that? That's you.
See what I mean, though? It's just he has that charisma. Like, he's got that presence on stage that everyone hangs on to every single word that he says. Oh.
That's you. That's what the audience sounds like to me.
Right.
That's why I don't be coming out doing comedy all the time, because y'all niggas is the worst motherfuckers I've ever tried to entertain in my fucking life.
Are you surprised though by the criticism
But the way he says it, man, he's telling these people that they sound stupid, but everyone still is clapping. Yeah, we do sound stupid. Duh, you moron! That nigga's talking about you. I don't know.
Life.
Are you surprised though by the criticism that's come your way?
No, and I don't mind that people get upset. Some of this criticism, like, is helpful. Like, I get educated by it. I don't necessarily agree with all of it, but I learn about a lot of things, you know, just from my...
I swear to God, this might be the noblest of professions. Robin Williams had a bar that I loved. He said comedy is the only job you can have where you can use everything you know. And that's true.
That's a fact.
Use more than you know. If you use what you think, use it. Don't be afraid. Don't let these bitch-ass niggas button your lip. Say it anyway.
That's a fact. Don't let these bullshit-ass niggas button your lip. That's a bar by itself right there, Dave. Don't censor yourself. And this is what I've been preaching. Since all the hate comments that I've gotten, this is what I've been preaching. I'm going to say what I want to say. Okay, cool. If your argument with me is valid, if I can read what you say, and I can understand where you're coming from, cool, it's valid, we good. And I can learn from other people's perspective on certain things. But, when most of these motherfuckers on the comment section are, no, you need to believe in this, or you need to see it this way, or you need to stop doing, nigga, pay my bills. Cause right now you're acting like you're my dad. It's like you telling me what I need to do. So if you're gonna be telling me what I need to do, mortgage is due on the 1st. So is the electric. Car is due on the 15th. I need $150 a week for cigarettes, gas, food, and stuff like that. That's what I need if you want me to do what you tell me that you want me to do. Relax, okay? If you have a certain point of view that you need to let out, why don't you just do yourself a YouTube page and talk about it? You got no problem messaging other people's videos about the shit. Go to your YouTube, make you your video, and talk about it. You don't need an intro, you don't need an outro. Just get on your phone, record it, and put it in YouTube. And leave it alone. Be careful with the music because you get copyrighted. But do that. So like that, all the rest of the people that believe like you believe could be your subscribers, and you could build a community on just dumb niggas.
There's 400 years to figure out as a people.
that white people's weakness the whole time was kneeling during their national anthem. That's a brittle spirit.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You talk about Colin Kaepernick. He kneeled in the national anthem. Do people agree with it? Some people don't agree with it. I don't care. Really? It really doesn't. That's not going to stop me from. I still got to go to work in the morning. Whether he kneeled or not, my life keeps on going on. Why am I too worried about what this man's doing? That was his choice. He wanted to do that. You go ahead, do what you got to do. People that are getting mad are mad because they're not informed about why he really did it. That's why people are mad about it. But they don't have time to actually read knowledge or have time to understand where he was coming from. But they do have the time to get angry real quick and come out the mouth with stupid shit. Just saying.
That's a brittle spirit. That's right, nigga. On the Rockets, regular. Ah! Ah! What are you doing, nigga? Stand up!
Comedy.
Bad things happen.
I love this nigga. I swear to God, I love this nigga. This nigga's stupid. On the Rockets, red. Ah! That's the funniest shit ever, man.
What are you doing, nigga? Stand up!
Comedy.
Bad things happen to someone else. That's not necessarily funny.
Look at it this way. I grew up in the crack epidemic. I tell jokes about it. I grew up in the crack epidemic, and now there's an opioid epidemic. Are they treating the opioid epidemic the way that they treated the crack epidemic? No, this is a national health emergency. When we were coming up, we were policed by the National Guard, addicts were criminals. Now they understand addicts are sick people. And maybe it's because the demographic of the opioid epidemic is not the same demographic of the crack epidemic.
Racially. I mean, you're talking about race.
Right, so now that your community is getting destroyed, is a whole nother ball game.
Tell me that it's not a fact, though. I love Dave Chappelle, man. That man knows his shit. They did not treat the crack epidemic the same way that they're treating the opiate epidemic, because now white people are getting, white people is a problem for them too. But the crack epidemic was mainly blacks and Hispanics. So who gives a fuck about, we're criminals. But motherfuckers that are popped up on all these fucking pills and go shoot up a school, he's sick. I'm not even gonna get into it, like deep into it. I'm just telling you, I agree with him 100%. Let's go.
Community is getting destroyed. It's a whole nother ball game. And then it's a huge window of empathy. Oh my God, we can see each other. We both went through similar pain. But I'm just saying, everything's funny that happens to you is more about empathy. That you there but for the grace.
You guys gotta remember, I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it because it's funny. And everything's funny till it happens to you.
Facts.
Not afraid of
Facts.
other people's.
Everything's funny until it happens to you. That's not a bar. He was face value. He told you everything is funny until your dumbass has to go through it. When you got to go through it, now it's a different story. Now, oh my God, what do I do? You ain't fucking thinking about that when you saw this happen to this motherfucker. Come on, man.
Things
Talk your
funny
shit.
till it happens to you.
Facts.
Not afraid of other people's freedom of expression. I don't use it as a weapon. It just makes me feel better, and I'm sorry if I hurt anybody, et cetera, yada, yada, yada. Everything I'm supposed to.
But there's a more important reason that I would stop doing comedy right now. And this reason is the real reason that's been percolating, and it really is the crowd, not you. I'm talking about the crowd on the big stage.
It's too hard to entertain a country whose ears are so brittle. Motherfuckers are so sensitive, the whole country is turned into bitch-ass niggas.
That's a fact. So, for the young people out there that don't know what he's saying right now, or don't understand what he's saying right now, back in our day, back when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, people that are acting the way they're acting now, the sensitivity of everybody, how everybody's all sensitive because something's being said that they didn't like to hear, that it messed their brains up and it messed that, oh my God, I'm an emotional mess because somebody said something. Those type of people, back in our day, were considered bitch-ass niggas. Well, you could be a bitch-ass nigga, you could be a female, you could be a male, you could be a horse. It don't matter. You're a bitch-ass nigga. Stop being so goddamn fucking sensitive. But at the same breath, you want to fight for this country and say, freedom this, freedom that, and freedom of speech, and right to bear arms, and all this. You want to do all that. But when somebody says that you don't like, you want to become a bitch-ass nigga. Okay, so then pick one. Either you're going to support the amendments or you're not. You're going to get sensitive because somebody said something? I have never in my life have I ever had to go to the emergency room because somebody said something to me. Stop being a bitch-ass nigga and live your life. Do what makes you happy. Do what's going to make you happy in the future. Do what's going to make you happy in the moment. Build up yourself and stop worrying about what other fucking people do. If you don't like something, don't fucking click it. If I'm a member of the KKK, I am not going to go on YouTube and put a documentary of the Wu-Tang Clan. I'm not going to do that. For what? There's nothing in that video that's going to interest me. So why am I going to go out of my way to hit that button to get me upset and then make a stupid comment in the bottom because I hurt my own feelings? I decided to click that button. They didn't make you do this shit. Stop being a bitch nigga and live your life. Sorry.
Because it's so sensitive, the whole country is turned into bitch-ass niggas. Everything you say upsets somebody. You know, I can remember when it all started. It was when I was doing Chappelle show. When I was doing Chappelle show, I used to do the show and then on the week.
Best sketch comedy show ever. Forget about Mad TV, forget about 11 Colors. Those were the moguls. Those were the ones that made that lane. Dave Chappelle's The Chappelle Show took over. He went to another level with it. It took over. Fuck Key and Peele, fuck all that other shit. Dave Chappelle, best sketch comedy show ever, hands down.
Weekends I do like concerts and shit like that. So I'm doing a concert and there was a couple in the front row, beautiful couple. The wife was obviously Asian. You could see it in her face.
Obviously Asian, you can see it in her face. It's a bar. If you think about it, you can put that in a rap lyric and it'll sound good. She was obviously Asian. I could see it in her face. She looks Asian, but you can't. See how it was a curve that he took. See how he had to intricately explain why this young lady was Asian. She was obviously Asian. I could see it in her face. Instead of saying the girl was Asian and the guy was Hispanic, no, he had to go through all. It was a bar.
You could see it in her face. The husband,
This motherfucker was mysterious, to say the least. Couldn't quite pinpoint where he was from. Caramel-colored fella, very nice hair, but he could have been from anywhere. Bangladesh, Mexico. I can't guess with a nigga like this. All I knew for sure about this guy is that his wife was a bitch. I could see that in her face, too. No, he was laughing and having a good time, and she was scowling at me at a goddamn comedy show. I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized at some point that she was pregnant, and I was smoking on stage. I said, oh my God, that's probably why she's mad. So I started to put my cigarette out, but then she hit me with one of them fake non-smoker calls. So I just kept smoking. I thought to myself, bitch, that baby will be fine. Relax.
That baby will be fine. Relax. That's it. That needs to be the anthem of the United States of America. Just relax. Fucking relax. What's the worst thing that's gonna happen? You're gonna die. Okay? It's gonna happen. It's like, how are you getting upset? Eventually, it's gonna happen. You're gonna die. We don't live forever. We all know that. It's not a mystery. So I just enjoy it while you're here. Do that.
So I just kept smoking. I thought to myself, bitch, that baby will be fine. Relax.
And I tried to break the tension. I just asked her. That's all I said. I go, hey, where are you guys from anyway? And I could tell that she was on to me. She goes, very condescendingly, she says, I'm from California. If you're asking my ethnicity, I am Chinese. And her husband was just cool about the shit. He was like, I'm Mexican, bro. I said, well, I'm sorry if I offended you by asking.
But you're a very beautiful couple. And miss, there's no question that you're going to give birth to the hardest working baby this world has ever seen.
And I believe that he probably said it exactly in that tone. That's why I love it. Somebody comes at you with bullshit. If you come back with a funny joke, a funny pun, something funny, it breaks tension. That's first thing. And second thing, if that person's still upset after the fact, then you know that you need to be dealing with that motherfucker no more. You need to just put that motherfucker to the side and everything go all good and great.
That's not a bad joke. She got very upset. She got up to leave immediately, but she didn't just leave. She had to take one last dig at me on the way out. I will never buy one of your fucking DVDs again, Dave Chappelle.
I said, ma'am, with all due respect, Chinese people don't buy DVDs. And the crowd went crazy. We were all laughing, having a good time. I didn't even think anything of it. And then just 3 days later, this lady sends a fucking letter to my promoter telling him not to book me for shows anymore
because I was, quote, racist, and I'm quoting her, insensitive to the nature of my interracial marriage. I was like, word, bitch, I was. If she had just done a little bit of research, she would know that I myself am in an interracial marriage. That's right.
I think his wife is Filipino. I believe so.
That I myself am in an interracial marriage. That's right. In fact, my wife is Asian too. Surprise, bitch. I'll see you on Thanksgiving.
That's a fun because all the Chinese, so many Chinese people, it could be relatives. That's funny. That's hilarious.
But my wife's not Chinese. She's Filipino. That's right. And our kids are Puerto Rican somehow, so there you go. I don't give a fuck about interracial marriage. In fact, you know what? My mother is half white.
A lot of people don't know that. Well, all right, you were a little too excited, but okay. A lot of people don't believe me when I say that, but it's true. You can't tell looking at me, but if I grew my hair out, you would think you was at a fucking Cat Williams concert. My shit is beautiful. But motherfuckers are just taking it too far. I don't know why or how everybody got this goddamn sensitive. You know who hates me the most? The transgender community.
Uh-oh. That was it? Oh my God. If there's a part 2, let me know in the comments down below. I was getting into it now, man. I was getting into it. That was the cancer culture. Cool. We got it done. If there's another one that you guys want me to do with Dave Chappelle, whether it be the skit, whether it be if there's a part 2 of this one. Matter of fact, put a skit and put if there's a part 2 on this one. And I'll finish that off because they clipped it out of different comedy skits that he did. So this is fucking dope. I appreciate you guys. But don't be so sensitive about shit. Just live your life and be fucking happy. Don't worry about the other man doing. Worry about what you're doing. Can we do that? I love you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.